Here.
Case Wise. Denise Miller, Supervisor. Lewis Cole, Supervisor.
President McConnell.
Cassie Young, Supervisor. John Boyd, Treasurer. Councilman Attorney for the District. Larry Bennett, Associate
Here.
Myself, Secretary.
All right, this is the pledge of allegiance, please. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which stands one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, approve the minutes of the last meeting. Do I have a,
Where are the minutes?
approval of the minutes. Do I have a motion? Do I have a second? Those in favor say aye. Aye. Okay, Denise Miller has a question on the minutes.
No, I have a comment on the meeting.
Okay.
Not necessarily a vote. On the last meeting, if you go to number, oh, I have the minutes with me. It says here that,
Those were the minutes that your office made, right?
yes, the same minutes. It says that from now on, Ms. Hernandez will be writing the minutes for us. I agree to it because it is a legal document, and sometimes the minutes, you cannot make out what happened during the meeting. And if it's verbatim, it is too long, okay, either way. So I want to change this in the sense that instead of, here it doesn't say till what time she's going to be doing the minutes for us. I'll agree to one more time, so she'll see it, the manager will see it twice, how it's done. And I found it a little bit long, it was 6 pages long. And then the manager should be responsible for writing it. It's not a thing, at least I don't agree that your paralegal should do it for the rest of the time. Just one more time so she gets to see what it looks like more or less, and the manager will be in charge of writing the minutes.
All right, let's vote on that, please. I'm sorry, go ahead. We'll vote on Denise's.
I disagree with Denise. I disagree with Denise. I think we should have an independent party create the minutes to have an accurate description of what happened in the meeting. Okay, so people cannot point fingers at anybody. So it is my opinion, and of course, I stated many times, sir, and the board members, that I want to be printed who voted for what. I don't want to say unanimous. I want to hear. I want to see the names. Louis Napoles say no. Denise say yes. Bruno say yes. All right. So voting is critical of, in my opinion, for the community to see who's voting for and who's voting against anything that affects the community. If that's okay with the attorney and the chairman and the rest of the board.
We'll vote on it. You have
We had
motion?
We had concluded that.
I have a motion.
Do I have a second for the firm of Tuscan to continue doing our minutes? I make a second. Ah. I'm sorry.
I think your motion was to do it one more time and then stop.
Right.
Amendment to the motion.
Well, she has to agree to the amendment. He's.
I know what he's saying, and I understand your point. I understand it completely. But 6 pages, how long did it take her to do at $200 an hour? How long did it take?
No.
Oh, she doesn't charge that. Oh, okay. Well, I was told that it's a lot of money, $80.
So there's a cost.
And the manager has a salary, and in her job description, it says that she should do it. So we'll show her how, by example, and I'm sure she'll be able to do it.
All right, let's have a motion. The motion, Louis?
My motion was, so, I'm sorry, so under Robert's rule, she made a motion unless she agrees to allow her, so her motion is ended after one more time. Unless she must agree to her motion being amended. If she doesn't agree, then you must vote on her motion. See if there's a second, and then vote. Unless she agrees, it's up to Ms. Miller. If she agrees to allow her
Agree, Ms.
motion.
Miller, with Supervisor Miller, with Lewis's motion?
No, I don't agree, but
All right, do I have a
That's fine
second
with
on
me.
Ms. Miller's motion? No second. All right, I have a motion from Mr. Lewis, for him, for the office to continue doing your motion, your minutes. Do I have a second? I'll do a second. Favors? All in favor say yes? Yes? Yes?
Yes.
No? No? Casey? No? Right? That's it.
so that means, they said no to what he said. So that means that back to writing it after the second time? Is that the way it is? After another time
It's a dead issue, yeah.
is a dead issue, so.
It's a dead issue.
So,
That motion didn't pass out.
yes, so this is,
Hey, please.
so this is a decision that the board must make. So at the last meeting, the direction was to have my paralegal, Missy Hernandez, prepare the minutes. She did, and by the way, you're right, this is the first time she did it, they're a little too long, they should be shorter, you're right. To be honest with you, I do not think for the long term that we should be doing the meeting minutes because there's a cost to it. And but that's your decision. I'm happy to do it, but my recommendation is that maybe I think Ms. Miller was correct, maybe we try to do it for a couple more meetings and then hand it back off to the manager's office to see. I don't want to charge you for, I mean, I feel bad to, she's here, so part of the time she's taking the minutes, it's not significant. She's not spending days doing the meeting minutes. So we can try it a couple more times, and then we can bring it back to the
Let
board.
me suggest 3 more times then, let's finish this year, beginning of next year's first meeting, go ahead with the office.
My intent for the attorney, as an independent legal party, is to write the minutes. Because nobody in the audience, nobody in the board, you only been here, sir, a few months. We have many discrepancies in the past that things has been overlooked or not explained enough for the community. So if it's $80, I think it's worth it.
I agree with you, I agree with you.
So can I put the motion back in the
I
table?
have a motion from Mr. Lewis to continue doing the services. Do I have a second? I'll second it. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
The chair can't second. You have a lot of power, but you cannot second it.
Do I have a second? Okay, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Three votes and 2 opposed.
And I say, we do this at the pleasure of the board, so tomorrow the board can change the time.
Correct,
Next month,
correct.
put them on
That's
back.
no problem. So that, Lewis takes care of the agenda.
Oh, I have one more thing about the minutes. I'm sorry. On the minutes, where it said about Denise Miller and Bruno Naranjo wanted the videos uploaded at least temporarily on the website. Are you saying that it's going to be temporarily always? Or is temporarily until the website That's what I don't understand. You left it at temporarily.
That's what we said.
Yeah.
Right, that's what I'm asking.
Right, so there's a cost and a complication involved with uploading videos. If you go to our new website, has anybody gone to the new website? CCWCDFL, it's very cool. A lot of stuff loaded up there. And you can, it's mobile friendly, so you can look it on your phone. And I'm going to explain to you what it is, but I went ahead, I've uploaded a video. It's on agricultural water management. But I uploaded it so you can see what it would look like if we did it. But there's an issue over the video and audio, the quality of it, and whether it's complicated. We have to create a channel on YouTube because there's no bandwidth on the website to maintain more than 1 or 2 videos that we've used on there. So and I'll give you a detailed report on that at the regular meeting.
Okay.
Pretty sure for what it's worth, from what I know my program, that's the way that everybody does it. They upload it to YouTube, and he supplies, the webpage will supply the link. The webpage will supply the link to whoever wants to see the video, and will be presented via YouTube. So it's a lot cheaper for us that way than it is to upload the video ourselves, and we don't have to pay for the storage of the system. YouTube is free.
Can we adjourn the landowners meeting?
Yes, we do.
Okay, good. So it's ccwcdfl.com. The Central Colorado Water Control District took CCWCD.
All right, you, go ahead.
One more item on this.
No, hold on. Wait, hold on. The public is going to be commenting afterwards. He's going to address that issue.
Okay, it says district manager also provided 3 fencing quotes for both clubhouse and district. I saw only 2 that we discussed about.
Right.
There were 3, but we didn't discuss the 3.
Yes, we did. I made a mistake, and I told you when you came to my house, and we did discuss, the first one was very brief, and it's in the minutes, it's in tape.
So which one did we take?
We got the CC, was it CC something? CC fencing.
Okay.
Let's follow.
That's it. I don't have any more.
Let's follow the agenda.
I don't have any more here.
We really need to, so we have a new meeting agenda format. And so the first thing we do after we get through the initial pledge is approval of the meeting agenda. This is very important. This is where you all look at the agenda and you determine, are you going to approve it as is? Or is there an item on there that the majority of the board wants to delete? Or is there an item that's not on there that the majority of the board wants to add? And so remember now, the agenda has 2 basic parts. There's discussion agenda, which is, so we have, for example, the Board of Supervisors report. Each board member under this item will be able to discuss any issues of interest to that board member, going one by one. And so if you have a topic, let's say you want to talk about the clubhouse, you don't have to have a line here that says, Ms. Miller's going to talk about the clubhouse. That's not necessary because it's a discussion item. There's no vote. The second part of the agenda is called the action items, or where there's a vote. When you vote, that means you're doing something important. You're spending money, entering into a contract, and so those items have to be spelled out. Because when we do an agenda, the public has to know what is going to be acted on by the board, and what's going to be considered. And that's the difference between discussion agenda, which you just discuss, you don't vote, and the action agenda, where you actually vote.
Now, when you say board supervisors comments, how many comments, is there a limit to how many comments? And we can jump from one comment to another, to another, to
And
another?
my recommendation would be you you asked Mr. Case, but do you have any
Right.
comments? No? And you
But
just
we
keep-
can speak as many comments as we want, to no limits.
Sure. And so we also, I had here the oath, administration, I've provided an oath to our new board member. And just to keep the meeting going, I told him I would administer the oath. And we have a notary, Jackson notary, so we'll notarize and get it all done before we leave here today.
All right, so we got the section of the approval of the meeting agenda done.
So, well, you have to call, did you ask for a vote to approve the agenda?
Yes.
You did? Okay. I missed that. Okay, good.
All right.
And then public comment.
Yes, we did.
Did you vote?
Yeah.
No. You haven't voted, you only voted to approve the agenda.
Follow your,
So, and then item number 3, I don't know if everybody has an agenda, but, so from now on, public comment is gonna happen, and by the way, this is how every local government that I've been involved in for 30 years has done it. You hear public comment first, before you vote. Kind of makes sense. And so, we're gonna have a speaker card, you fill it out, and then you say, I wanna talk about item 5A. So you come and you talk about item 5A. It'll be done up front, it'll be done orderly. Later on in the agenda, I'm going to propose a public and board decorum policy that we adopt. So we'll talk about that later, but, so we hear public comment first, you fill out a comment card, and then you vote after you hear public comment. Or you might hear a member of the public say, I have a problem, I'm going to use the clubhouse. I have a problem with the fans in the clubhouse. So later on, a board member could say, I want to talk about that. Under Board of Supervisor report, you could say, yes, I agree, there's a problem with the fans, let's talk about it. So that way we have meaningful public comment, but it's orderly.
at this time, I have only one card on the,
On the table there should be a little slip of paper. Just write down your name and address and hand it to me or the chairman, and we'll take your comment.
Hey, can I ask a question about this community speaking? We don't have to call and get put on a list a week in advance anymore?
Yeah, that's another thing. No,
Thank you.
absolutely. In fact, I will delete any items on the agenda. If someone wants to speak, you don't have to have your name on the agenda. In fact, it won't be on the agenda. You just show up.
thank you.
Mr. Fumetto, have a comment to make about what you just said, that the items that are going to be voted on, the public, just like the supervisors, have to have the agenda or the topics that we're going to discuss at least a week ahead.
Correct.
You're assuming we're going to have them. I got my agenda on the 15th, and today's the 18th, 3 days before.
Well, hopefully now, because, you know, with newspaper publication, you got to get it to the newspaper well in advance. Now that we have our website, I hope everybody will start relying on the website. It's our responsibility to do a good job of putting things up on the website on a timely basis, putting up the agenda, so it has the detail that you can determine, I want to be at that board meeting. I want to talk about that issue. So hopefully with the website, that will be easier and better in terms of letting people know what we're doing.